guys, today's video is going to be my current everyday makeup drawer. So I'm going to be showing you everything that's in this drawer right here. This is the drawer I put in the makeup I've been using right now. And yeah, I made one of these videos last month, so I will link that below if you haven't seen it. And let's get into the video. Okay, so here is my everyday makeup drawer. If you haven't seen this before, it's just a sort of stationary drawer set from Staples. And this is a little birch box inside here just to break things up a little. This is definitely just how it looks normally. I haven't tidied it or anything. And yeah, it's a little bit packed full of stuff because I'm always trying to try out new things and rotate and do stuff like that. And this is what is in here right now. So this is very authentic. So let's start just in the front here. There's a couple of things which have been in here for like over a month, so they would have been in my last video. First, I have my Bourjois bronzing and highlighting duo. I have talked about this so many times, but I use the highlighter every day pretty much, although I do feel like branching out a little. It's quite subtle, but just for every day it's sort of perfect. It's just this sort of creamy, golden, beige like highlight, and yeah, I just love it, so I have that in there and use it every day. So that just stays here. I've got my Sigma brow powders, again I've spoken about a lot, love using those for eyeshadows. And then something I've been using for the last week or so is the Urban Decay primer potion. This is just a little sort of sachet sample, but it's got a lot of product in it, especially because it's eyeshadow primer, you use hardly any, and I've really been liking that. That's just the original one. I've got a bunch more samples, and then I have my Cha Cha tint from Benefit, which I actually haven't used for a while, which is just a liquid blush, sort of liquid tint blush. Looks very orange there, but it doesn't really come off like that. And then I have two more little Benefit samples. This is the Lolly tint, but even smaller. I haven't even opened this yet. This is a sort of purpley pink, and that's another one I want to try, so that's just in the front there. And then I have this thing which just has stuck around for so long, the Benefit Stay Don't Stray primer, a little mini, which has just lasted me forever. It's in there because I want to use it up, but I haven't really been using it, to be fair. And then I have Post-its if I'm doing sort of crazy eyeshadow, not crazy, but just winged liner or more intense eyeshadow. This hasn't really changed over here, but I've got my NYX HD Studio powder, which only has a teensy bit left. I'm just trying to finish this stuff up because, yeah, I've just had it for ages and I just want to use it up, so that's not going out of there until it is cleaned out. I've got my Revlon Skin Lights in Bare Light. I've really been liking mixing this in with my foundation just to add a little bit of glow. And then mention this in my October favourites, my Soap & Glory Kick-Ass Concealer. The powder is like almost gone, which is exciting. I love just using stuff up. It's a really great powder, and yeah, it's got a huge pan and then the ring around the outside. It's so close to being gone because even the outside has sort of got a big dip in it. And then I actually stuck this back together with try not to blind you, with the lash glue, because these like fell out, but I stuck them back in with some lash glue because I just had that here and it worked perfectly. They didn't come out anymore. So yeah, I've got that concealer in there, use that pretty much every day on blemishes. And then in the side here, these were in here last time, but I said I didn't really use them, but now I've been using them every single day. So these are my Revlon Colour Stay Foundation in Buff, and it's just the normal formula, normal to dry skin, and then L'Oreal True Match Foundation in W3. The lid is disgusting. So I mix these every day to get a really good shade, and it gives a really good coverage, and I've just been really liking mixing these two, so I've been doing that every single day. And then in the front here I've got my Sleek contouring and blush palette in Light, and I just grabbed this back out again because I wanted to use the highlight and just use something a bit different to the Bourjois one here and just mix things up a bit. This one's a bit more intense and pigmented and quite a lot softer actually. I like this, it's very nice, and I just wanted to try something a bit different. one day, so I put that in there. It's quite big though, it takes up quite a lot of space. It'd probably be better if it was sat up like this. I'll just put it there for now, but I'll probably move it later. Okay, what else is in here? Makeup Revolution Ultra Bronze Bronzer. A huge bronzer from Makeup Revolution, only £3, perfect shade. For fair skin, not too warm, not too cool, and super pigmented, just amazing and huge. So that's in there. It just goes on top because it just needs the space. And then I've got my Laura Mercier foundation primer. This is another one that it was in there last month, but I hadn't really used it, but now I have and I love it. Such a good primer, really enjoy it. Ooh, just squirted it on my product. This is the original one and I really like it. I've ordered the hydrating one actually, so I'm going to try that out next. Okay, what else? Sigma eyeshadow base in Persuade. This is in my Finish 6 by Christmas video, just a peach coloured eyeshadow base, just very neutral. I try to use it, I always forget, or I just am too rushed. More Finish 6 by Christmas things. I'll just go through these quickly because you've seen them before. Maybelline Dream Smooth Primer. Oh, my Laura Mercier one has kind of been taking over, but I mean, it's not too full, I probably can do it. And then my Benefit That Girl Primer. Have not been using this at all, so I need to step it up on that. MAC Pro Longwear. This, I've been loving this. This is in the Finish 6 by Christmas, and I've actually gone down a lot because I think it was quite a bit higher when I started, and I've been loving it, and I probably will actually quite miss this when it's gone. But it's going well. I think I might actually finish it. Yeah, really like this. And then Absolute New York Primer. Have not been using this either. I need to step it up. It's just a eyeshadow primer, dries down clear. I think as well this takes a bit longer. You have to sort of let it set, and because I started a new job, so I'm sort of in a rush in the mornings now than I used to be, and I just don't really want to think about having to wait for my eyeshadow primer to sort of set, so I haven't been reaching for this, but again I need to. The last Finish 6 by Christmas thing is the No. 7 blush, and someone put in the comments that a good way to sort of measure how you're doing is to draw a little ring around where the pan was and then sort of go draw a new one every time you do an update, which I thought was such a good idea. I'm not sure my ring was in the perfect place, but it sort of gives you the idea. So next time when I check I can actually measure, but I'm doing pretty well with this as well. Use it pretty much every day. Usually layer something on top just to amp it up, but yeah, that's in there still. Lush Bubblegum Lip Scrub. Need to start using this more because my lips have been suffering because I've been lazy and not been using it. But it makes such a big difference to any lip product. Okay, I've got quite a few eyeliners in here. I've got my Rimmel Scandaleyes liner in Taupe, which I love for everyday wear in the waterline. Just more of a neutral colour, not as intense as a dark brown or a black, but just a sort of taupey brown, a bit lighter, medium shade, and I just love that. I usually put a slightly dark on it in the very outer waterline. This is Maybelline Master Drama, I think, in dark brown, and I really love the shade of this. It's very dark and intense, but it does smudge. So I'm probably going to chuck that one out once I've used a bit more of it. And then I have my Rimmel Scandaleyes liner in black, which I used to tightline. I need to get a new one of these because it's just my favourite. Every other black liner I've tried just doesn't live up to it. And you can see it's quite small, but I think I need to get a new one. They're so cheap anyway. I don't know why I'm trying to find something different when I already have something that I love. And it just sets so quickly. So I put it in my tightline, it never transfers to the waterline, and I just love it. It's the best one I've used. I tried a couple others, but they don't match up. And then I've got my Rimmel brow pencil in black brown. This is honestly going to last me like my whole life. And now it's not even swatching. I swear it does go into my brows. I think I might need to sharpen it. It looks so different when you sharpen it. It just suddenly looks like an actual pencil. So yeah, it's just a cool brown, dark brown, perfect for my brows. And yeah, use that all the time. Love it. So there's my liners. I've actually got a couple of liners on the side over here, which would normally be in here. So I've got this Green People Organic liner, which is grey. I think it's called City Grey. and I couldn't find my taupe liner one day and I used this instead, so it's another alternative, just very grey, no really brown in there. And then I've got Urban Decay Demolition. This is usually what I use on my outer edge of my eye, just to yeah, add a little bit more definition on the outer part. So that's Demolition, I love that. That never smudges, so it's great. So going a bit liner crazy recently, I'll just leave those in there. And then I have, this is a new thing, this is from ELF, and I've never tried anything from ELF before. I got this on eBay for like really cheap. This is the eye brightener, mineral eye brightener in the shade Buff, and I bought this to use as a setting powder for my concealer to sort of brighten things up, but I think it's too dark. I heard it was a dupe for Well Rested by Bare Minerals, so I thought I'd give it a go because I got it for like £4. But I think if I was slightly lighter, I mean slightly deeper in skin tone, it would show up more, but I don't know, maybe I'm using it wrong. I don't want to give up on it yet. I don't know if I'm using enough product, but you know when you don't want it to be like too light. So I've got that recently, and yeah, even there it's not really showing up. But you can see it is brightening. I don't know. I might have to splash out and get Well Rested because I really want something that will brighten under the eyes. And then I've got this ModelCo More Brows Brow Gel. I think this might have been in here last time as well. And it's just a tinted brow gel. I think it's fibre brow gel, and yeah, it's good for when I remember to set my brows. And then I've got this Natural Collection Green Concealer, and this is just in here. I was just sort of testing it, but it's not great. But green concealer is just used to sort of counteract redness, which I sometimes need on like blemishes and stuff, but it doesn't really stay put, and when you blend it in it sort of disappears. So it was really cheap though, so I just sort of tested it just to try. And then I've got my MAC Prep and Prime highlighter in Light Boost, which I love for brightening. I think I just put it over the ELF one because I couldn't see it, but this is what I mean when I want brightening. Like, I want it to be this shade. A powder this colour would be awesome. I need to get some sort of yellow powder. And then I have a Tarte Park Avenue Princess Bronzer. Got this recently. Been trying it out. I'm not sure that it lasts very long. It's sort of a shimmery bronzer. Quite warm toned. But obviously you'd use this more for bronzing the face. It doesn't actually have shimmer in it, it's more of a sheen. Or maybe it does. If it has shimmer, it doesn't have very much shimmer. So I've got that in there. I've only had that for a few days. And then I have my Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in... Can't open it. This is in Exposed. I thought I would love this on first use, but I'm not much of a high-end blush girl. I just love my blushes that I have. I do love the Benefit blushes, to be fair, but I haven't fallen in love with this yet, but it definitely needs more of a try. So this is a very neutral colour. Sort of pinky mauve colour, if you can see there. So, yeah, I've only used it a couple times, so I need to keep using it. And then, what have I missed? Number 7, a little single eyeshadow. This was a free gift, but it's just a really good all over lid shade. Sort of like bronzy taupe colour, so if I'm just in a rush, I use that. And then I haven't even been using this, but I want to. This is in here. It's my Liz Earle Cream Blush in Blossom. And this is just... again, sort of similar to that Tarte colour, just a neutral, a bit darker, neutral cream blush, which, I don't know, maybe I'll use this under the Amazonian Clay one and it'll just amp things up. There's a couple of things that aren't in here but I do use all the time. So my mascaras haven't really changed, to be fair. I've got my L'Oreal Miss Manga waterproof one, which is just the tapered wand. So I've been using that. And then my number 7 Stay Perfect mascara for lower lashes, as usual. This is in brown black because I got it by accident, but it works the same. And then I've been trying the Tarte Lights Camera Splashes mascara, but I think I need to let it dry out a bit because it's not really holding a curl amazingly right now. But I usually like mascaras a bit more when they've dried out a little, so I'm giving that a chance. So they are my main 3 right now. And they sort of stay on the other side, but I do use them every day. They could go in this drawer. If it was bigger, I'd put them in here. Lips. My lip products are always in my bag most of the time, so I end up applying it like in the car. I don't have it with me. This one was in here for a while. This is the Too Faced Melted Berry lipstick, liquid lipstick, and my Melted Fig one is in my bag. So this is just, I really like these. For some reason, I'm not a huge bold lip wearer, but I really like these, and I actually wear them out of the house, which is good. So that's Melted Berry, such a gorgeous shade, and the Melted Fig is really great as well. Okay, so that's everything in my current makeup drawer. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more in the future, then that will let me know. And that's it for this video, so I will see you in my next one. Bye!